Dear students, today we'll study about the difference between poisonous snake and non-poisonous snakes found in India. Um, as most of the snakes found in India are non-poisonous as well as harmless, and out of total 330 Indian species, only 69 are considered to be poisonous. And in these 69 poisonous species, 29 species belongs to the sea, that is they are the sea snakes, and 40 species are belongs to land, that is they are the land snakes. We have already discussed in our previous lecture that is the main difference between poisonous and non-poisonous snakes is the presence and absence of poison apparatus. As poisonous snakes possesses poison apparatus in their head, and which is absent in the case of non-poisonous snakes, and also they possesses a pair of fangs, that is the larger teeth present in their upper jaw, whereas in the case of non-poisonous snakes there are no fangs. So when the poisonous snakes bites, then there are two larger circular punctures made by the fangs on the skin of the victim. But in the case of non-poisonous snakes, as they do not bear any poison apparatus as well as larger teeth, so when the non-poisonous snakes bite, they leave many small pricks only. Some of the most common Indian poisonous snakes are the cobras, pit vipers, kraits, and sea snakes. So, in order to differentiate between the poisonous and non-poisonous snake on the basis of physical appearance, one can distinguish them on the basis of their tails, the shape of their tails, and also the size and arrangement of scales and shield present in their body. We can differentiate between the poisonous and non-poisonous snakes on the basis of their physical appearance, like the tail, and also the shields and scales present in their body. For example, here you can see if the tail of the snake is somewhat laterally compressed and oar like, as you can see here in the diagram, चप्पू की तरह होती है, उस केस में the nature of the snake is mostly poisonous, and these kind of snakes generally belongs to the sea. For example, hydrophis. The sea snakes are mostly poisonous and their tail is laterally compressed. Whereas in the case of snake having cylindrical tail, which is tapering, as you can see here in the diagram, the tapering tail as well as cylindrical tail, generally this kind of tail is seen in the case of land snakes, and the snake can be further different, can be poisonous as well as non-poisonous. So we have to examine further that if the snake is poisonous or non-poisonous. For this, the belly scales is seen. If the belly scale are small and continuous with the dorsals as well as uniform, here you can see, then again the snake is non-poisonous. And also if the ventrals are not fully broad to cover the belly, that is small ventral shields are found, then again the snake is non-poisonous. Whereas if the ventrals are broad and fully covers the belly, as you can see here in the diagram, then the snake can be further non-poisonous or non-poisonous. So we have to examine further that if the snake is poisonous or non-poisonous. If there is a land snake having cylindrical tail and the scales present in the belly are uniform as well as small, then it is clear that the snake is non-poisonous. Again, if the land snake possesses cylindrical tail as well as small ventral shields are present in the belly that do not fully covers it, then again the snake is non-poisonous. But if there is a snake that possesses cylindrical tail but there are enlarged ventral shields present that fully covers the belly, then the snake can be further non-poisonous or poisonous. For this, we have to again check the other physical appearance. That is, if the scales present in the head are small and the head is triangular, as well as there is no loreal pit present between the nostril and the eye, then it is clear that the snake is poisonous. And this kind of snake which do not possesses loreal pit between the nostril and the eye, it is known as pitless viper. Now again, if the snake, there is a land snake that have cylindrical tail, but the head scales are small, but there is a presence of a loreal pit between the nostril as well as eye. Here you can see in the diagram, this is the loreal pit present between the nostril and the eye. That is a heat sensitive depression which is present. Then the snake is again poisonous, and this kind of snake is known as pit viper. So it is clear, these two kind of snake are poisonous. Now there is a third category where the head bears large shields. Here you can see these large cephalic shields, but there is again no loreal pit present between the eye and nostril. As you can see here, there is no depression. Then again the snake can be poisonous or non-poisonous. So we have to examine it further, if the snake is poisonous or non-poisonous. So further examining if the snake is non-poisonous or poisonous, we'll see some other kind of physical appearance. For example, the vertebrals, that is the scales present at the back of the snake, or their infralabial and supralabial, that is the scales present in their upper jaw, that is supralabial, and the scales present in their lower jaw, that is infralabial. So here you can see in the diagram, it is the case when there are when the vertebrals are enlarged, as well as the third supralabial touches the eye and the nostril. As you can see here in the diagram, numbering is given 1, 2, 3. So this third supralabial, that is the scale present at the upper jaw, touches the eye as well as nostril. As it is clearly shown here in the diagram, the third supralabial shield is touching the eye as well as the nostril. So in this case, the snake is again poisonous, as it is seen in the case of cobra. You can find this kind of arrangement in the case of cobra, and it is a poisonous snake. A second case, you can see here, the head is shown in the ventral view to show the infralabial, that is the scales present in the lower jaw. So again numbering is given 1, 2, 3 and 4. So if this fourth shield or scale, that is infralabial scale present at the lower jaw, is the largest, as you can see here, first, second, third are the small, but the fourth one is the largest one. So again this is the case of a poisonous snake, and you can find this kind of arrangement where the fourth infralabial scale is the largest in the case of krait. Also, again a kind of physical appearance, gonal mid-dorsal vertebral scales, that is the scale present at the back of the body. So these kinds of hexagonal shape of vertebral scales are found at the back of their body. So again it is a case of a poisonous snake, and it is found in the case of krait. So this was all about the difference between poisonous and non-poisonous snakes on the basis of their physical appearance. One can distinguish them if the snake is a poisonous one or non-poisonous one on the basis of these marking characters.